guys, I know what you're thinking. How is she looking normal, so fresh today? Makeup, yeah. Not as scary as yesterday. So just an update real quick on how the laser reacted with my skin. My skin has just had a bit of like a rougher texture, just kind of like a dry layer of skin that'll probably just start shedding off. I haven't used any cleanser the past couple of days, but now that I'm wearing makeup, as of tonight, I think I'm allowed to use any kind of cleanser and any kind of products I want. Right now, as usual, recording in the car, we're on our way to pick up my Invisilign trays. So I just got my tray put in. So this is what my teeth are gonna switch into. So here is the Invisilign retainer. I feel like it only covers like half of the tooth because I'm pretty sure my teeth aren't that tiny. One thing I didn't show you guys is they had to file spaces between my teeth. So they just kind of like grind between your teeth just to make it easier for the teeth to have some room to move. Then I have these trays. He definitely made it very clear to not put the Invisilign tray in a napkin at restaurants or anything like that because most people end up throwing them away. So my dog ate my last retainer, which is why I'm getting Invisilign now, because I haven't had braces for like over 10 years. But my dog at the time, she just would tear everything apart. So I would take off my retainer and set it on my nightstand. Wake up, it would be gone. She would just have eaten the whole thing. So after that happened a couple times, my orthodontist at the time was like, I'm gonna have to start charging you to replace them. And I couldn't afford, like I'd already paid the guy like $3,000, and especially at the time, I couldn't afford to pay for another retainer on top of that. So I just didn't go back. Big mistake because my teeth started to shift. And I'm only doing the top, I'm not doing the bottom also because my bottom teeth have a permanent retainer. So they're pretty straight. Denver traffic is insane. Like it is not even 3 p.m. and there's so much traffic everywhere. And there was a bunch of traffic on the way out here. It's just California traffic in Denver, in Colorado. It needs to get better. Then I'm going to show you guys Dan's whitening trays. They made him some bleaching trays. So they gave us some of the whitening gel. And then he has these little molds and his whitening tray is sitting on there. So that's the bottom tray and that's his top tray. He's got really good teeth. His teeth are naturally really straight. Our dentist does free whitening just for being their patient. So we're like, why not? You know, we want to have pearly whites. Right, Dan? You want to have pearly whites? Now we're going to go find some food. So we went out to eat and then went to Ulta. I needed to pick up some foundation and primer. And of course, picked up a couple extra things because that's just how it goes. I spent like a little over $100 because, you know, makeup is such a freaking ripoff. I have been trying to figure out cheaper ways of just buying makeup in general. So the last couple times that I bought makeup, I just bought the L'Oreal True Match because one of the YouTubers I watch just always talks about it. So I was like, it must be good. I'll try it out. And I like it. But then I'm like, I don't know, I always feel like I'm just like caking it on. And so I'm like, maybe if I could just find like a little bit more full coverage. I don't know, it's pretty full coverage though. So I ended up buying, again, I'm pretty sure I've had the Lock-It foundation, or maybe, actually no, I think it was the Kat Von D. So never mind. So this is actually a different one. So I don't know that I've actually used this foundation. I use the Kat Von D one and it's just like, I don't know, I have kind of dry skin, so it's like I don't want it to look cakey, but it's like that's what ends up happening because with dry skin, it's a battle. It's just a battle. So we're just gonna experiment. They gave me a little sample of brightening eye cream to fade dark circles. Oh my gosh, it's like they're in my head. Was I not just saying yesterday that I needed a new eye cream to get rid of dark circles? Yeah. It's like they're in my head. So apparently this is from Benefit. So Let's see, Benefit. Let's see if you are a miracle worker, because I need some miracles in my life. So there was that. I like to put white eyeliner on the inside of my waterline when I do my full face of makeup. So I've been using the Makeup Forever white eyeliner pencil, and it goes on like butter. It's really soft, but I'm always looking for something cheaper just because, like, don't get me wrong, I like to spend money on things, and I'm a sucker when it comes to like beauty products, like not necessarily makeup, but beauty products like you guys have seen. I kind of get a little obsessed with like skin stuff. So I don't know, if I can cut some corners, I like to, especially when it comes to makeup. I think I might have accidentally bought one that was, oh, if it's already open. I might have bought one that was already open. I did. That's disgusting. Okay, so Ulta, you guys need to check your packages, because I'm always the sucker that buys the already open container, because I always grab the first one. Anyways, so the seal is broken. It is open, but it's not used. So I'll probably just like rub the top part off, because I'm also not about to go back to the store and return anything, because I'd rather throw it away and lose my money, because you guys know, I live up in the mountains, downtown's far away, and going to the store is just a hassle. It's just not gonna happen. So it's like a miracle when I make it in once, and it's because like I really ran out of something and I really need it, which was the primer in this case. I had tried the sample of the Professionals primer and I really liked it and ran out, so I wanted to buy the actual full size. And so I bought the biggest size that they had, because once again, what a freaking ripoff. Like, someone tell me in the comments of an amazing primer that is cheaper than this. Like, this is $50, literally $50. $50. Foundation, $50. Like, this is how I spent $100. I walked out with 4 items that I bought, and 2 of them were the main bulk of the price, because let's just get this out of the way real quick. This was the other item I got. So I get pedicures and manicures and everything, but sometimes I can't make it back in. I went a few months without going in for a pedicure, and my feet got really rough. I know you guys wanted to hear that, I know. So they got really rough where I could have probably sanded down part of my wall with my foot. So I tried to buy like the pumice stones, because I was like, I don't need to go in for pedicures. I can do it myself. Like, how hard could it possibly be? I could do this. So I buy the pumice stone, I think that's what it's called, and I'm just like scrubbing at my feet, and it's not quite doing it. I even bought this like foot file thing. It literally feels like sandpaper. And so I tried that, and all that it did was break up my skin on the bottom of my foot, where it felt softer, but it kind of felt like, how would I describe it? Like, it just had like a fuzz to it. I don't know if you felt the bottom of your foot. It doesn't feel fuzzy. It's pretty plain and flat. So what that turned into was, then the skin got dried out, and then it felt like, you know, the bottom of spiders' feet, how they climb the walls because they have those tiny little legs coming out of their legs. That's kind of what my feet felt like. I probably could have climbed walls. I didn't try it, but I really think I could have. Needless to say, I don't know what they do when you go get a pedicure, but it usually works. And whatever I was doing was making it worse. Especially in the winter, like, feet just get nasty. I don't know. Maybe I just need more like heavy creams to put on myself, but I become very dry in the winter. So I've seen them use these things. It's kind of like a cheese grater, but for your foot. I know, delicious. So I got my pedicure. It's only been 2-3 weeks, and he did not file it down enough, because I'd already done all that damage that I just explained, and he made it better, but my heels needed a whole other level of care. And so within the 2 weeks after, it's just now back to out of control and rough. It's like you get into the sheets and you can just hear it like down the sheets. It's a problem. But on the pedicures, like, it's kind of frustrating, because you girls probably know toenails don't grow as fast as your nails on your hand. So pedicures, like, you could probably get them done like every other time and save whatever that costs and only get your manicures. But the skin on my feet is what makes me want to do a pedicure every single time. I think I've been talking about my feet for way too long now. So needless to say, I would like to just be able to take care of my feet every other time on my own, and then get the pedicure every other time that I go in for my hands, because my hands definitely, I do need to get them redone, because every 2 weeks, like, they grow really fast. So back to this. So this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Liquid Foundation. So I got a darker color because I always get spray tans, and right now I'm not what I would call my darkest color. It's been kind of coming off. So, and then when I don't have the spray tan, I can just use my other L'Oreal True Match that I've been using and I have in the lighter colors. So, and then like I was saying, I bought the biggest size on the Benefit Professional because the one that was half the size, I even checked, I'm that person, I checked the size of it because for $35 you get half of this, and for $50 you get double. So you're saving 10, 15, 20, I'm not good at math. You're saving money. You're saving over $10. Don't quote me on that math, that was really bad. But you get it. This is one of the cases where it does benefit you. It does benefit you. I'm so funny. But it does benefit you to get the bigger size because you are actually saving money than getting the small size. That does not apply to everything because trust me, I used to think that if you buy it in bulk, it's cheaper. Pay attention when you shop at like Walmart because they sometimes will have something in bulk, and if you actually compare the sizes and the price, they actually charge more for the bulk. Like how does that make sense? Anyway, not always the case, was the case on this one. And so I ended up getting it, but I just wanted to catch you guys up on that. Oh, and then there was a really funny thing when I was buying that thing for my feet. There was something really funny because it was mislabeled. Look how funny this is. So it says lash and brow groomer, and look at what it is. Like, that's one of those things to like remove calluses, but can you imagine? That is so funny. Anyway, I just kept picturing someone like using it on their eyebrow and how like that would be awful and hilarious at the same time. So anyway, that's it for today. That was all the exciting stuff. I will talk to you guys again in the next video. Bye.